All right, welcome back to WMMA Scene Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a special fight preview. So we're going to UFC 250 in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're going to the main event, featherweight championship fight between Amanda, the Lioness Nunes, defending against the challenger Felicia Feenom Spencer. So let's take a quick look at the stats between the two. Nunes coming in 19-4, big experience advantage over Spencer, coming in 8-1. Nunes coming in on a long win streak. Most recent fight, she defeated Germaine de Randamie via unanimous decision 5 months ago at bantamweight. Spencer coming in off a win over Zarafan dos Santos via TKO 3 months ago. Before that, 10 months ago, dropped a unanimous decision to Cyborg. Nunes, a few years older than Spencer, 32 to Spencer's 29. Nunes also an inch taller than Spencer, 5 feet 7 inches, 170 centimeters tall, to Spencer's 5 feet 6 inches, 168 centimeters tall. I honestly thought Spencer would be the taller fighter here. Then that 1 inch advantage extends to the reach, 69 inches, 175 centimeters for Nunes, 68 inches, 173 centimeters for Spencer. So mostly identical stats aside from the experience. So rather than do one of my usual long drawn out fight previews, I'm going to try to keep this one a little bit shorter. I'm trying new things here. So let's break down the key points in the fight here. So for striking, Nunes is by far the more powerful striker. I mean, she's knocked out just about everybody. So, whereas Spencer only has one win by TKO on the ground in her very first pro fight. Now, Spencer has some strikes that are good for scoring points, and they're a little flashy. They look nice. I remember when she fought Helena Kolesnik, she threw a lot of nice kicks, but they're not damaging. They're good for scoring points, which could be good if the fight goes into later rounds. You want to be able to score more. But as far as the power goes and the effectiveness, you got to go with Nunes. Then when you go to the ground game, you know, Spencer is dangerous with submissions. Now her takedowns are okay, but she's not a strong wrestler. She's very slick in the scrambles and with submissions. That's where she's the most dangerous. Now Nunes, very underrated ground game. You know, a lot of people forget that she came into MMA, she was a grappler first. You know, her striking didn't get better until later. She was always heavy-handed, but she wasn't always as effective with it. Whereas with her ground game, very heavy ground and pound, very dangerous there. People forget that, you know, just how good her ground game is. Now moving into a huge factor in any Nunes fight, and really any 5-round, you know, main event or championship fight, cardio. Now, both have proven that they can go 5 rounds. Nunes, however, is always going to have that question mark above her head, you know, due to her history of gassing out in past fights and her most recent showing against Germaine de Randamie, where she kind of, you know, went full out in the beginning and then had to basically put herself on cruise control for the rest of the fight. Spencer, she's gone 5 rounds before against Cyborg, and in her championship fight in Invicta against, Pam Sorensen, she went into the championship rounds there, submitted Sorensen in the 4th round. So both are capable of going 5 rounds. It's just that everyone's going to always question Nunes. Now, piggybacking off of that, you have durability, and durability can extend from cardio, but I mean, we're talking like toughness. Both of these fighters are tough. Both can take a punch. Now, Nunes has been TKO'd before, but that was, you know, years ago now, and that was usually on the ground where she had, you know, run out of steam earlier in the fight. But both have shown that they can take a punch. Both have stood and traded with Cyborg. That's a lot to be said for. I mean, in Spencer's case, that was really all there was to say about her in that fight. So both are very tough. Now for keys to victory. So we'll start with the challenger, Felicia Spencer. She's got to survive those early rounds. Try to wear Nunes out. Survive, survive, survive. Try to wear Nunes out. And then in the later rounds, hunt for her own finish with the submissions. I think if she can get Nunes worn down, she can be very dangerous in those championship rounds. For Nunes, you know, she's very strong early, very good at getting the KO early. So I'd say go with that. Go for that early KO. But at the same time, don't just hunt for it. Don't headhunt. Look for it if it presents itself, but at the same time, conserve energy in case it's not there. Now, as far as my pick goes, I'm going with Amanda Nunes by early KO or decision. Spencer, yeah, she toughed it out against Cyborg. But other than, I mean, that's the only impressive thing about that, and that was by far her toughest opponent to date. Nunes is an animal as well. I can see Spencer maybe catching Nunes late, maybe with a submission, or early if Nunes gets sloppy. But it's very, very slight chances. So I'm going with Nunes either by early KO or by decision. All right, so that's my thoughts on the fight and my pick, Nunes by early KO or decision. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, likes are always appreciated. And hey, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to WMMA Scene Now, the most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.